and Mike Jacobs.
Welcome to Wisconsin Tonight. Well, it's a serious and a deadly problem in Wisconsin and all across the country for that matter. We're talking about texting while driving.
In 2011, at least 23% of all car crashes in the U.S. involved cell phones.
Of course, it is illegal to text while driving in Wisconsin. So today's TMJ4 is taking a pledge to stop texting and driving, and we'd like to have you join us.
Now, the campaign is called Band Together, and the hope is to prevent crashes caused by texting and driving.
Governor Scott Walker today proclaimed September as Don't Text and Drive Awareness Month.
Now, a person is 23 times more likely to get into an accident while texting and driving. Now, that's even more dangerous than drunk driving. This morning on Live at Daybreak, a UWM student tried texting and driving on a simulator. He admits it was more dangerous than he thought.
Now, you're a college-age guy. Is this an issue amongst people your age?
Yeah, definitely.
It is.
Yeah. I've been in the car when people have texted and drive, and I definitely would admit that I, on occasion, have done it too.
Well, as we mentioned, today's TMJ4 is taking part in a Band Together campaign.
And we have these thumb bands on, and they're basically a reminder to keep your thumbs off your phones and your eyes on the road. And we are joined now by attorney Jonathan Safran, who speaks to high schools and other groups about distracted driving.
Thanks a lot for coming in tonight.
Thank you.
You talk to these groups. What is the main message that you try and drive home?
Well, it seems rather common sense that if you're texting, you're going to be distracted. But kids, I think, need to hear it, and they need to hear the consequences of what happened, and they really need to understand the significance of the types of injuries and accidents and sometimes deaths that
Yeah, the consequence isn't just getting a ticket or getting stopped by police, it's getting killed or maimed.
That's the biggest concern, whether it be liability, whether it be civil liability, criminal liability, but certainly living with the fact that you may have caused a death.
Yeah.
And John, how are young people responding to your message?
I mean, generally good. I think it's important for them to hear it over and over again. I think most kids will indicate that texting is the biggest distraction that they see when driving, but I just think they need to hear the message over and over again so that they will realize the significance of it, do something to change.
We talked about some of these statistics at the beginning of our broadcast here. How big of a problem is texting and driving in the state?
Well, I think we're no different than other states. Right now we're hearing 25% of all crashes are caused by distracted driving, and I think anyone sees that that's driving, but texting is increasing, and we know that teens are certainly doing it. It's more of a problem.
And the truth is, it's not just young people who are doing it these days, they're people all ages.
Exactly right, and everybody needs to understand that. This is not just at teens, it's all that need to understand it. Everyone is affected in the same way.
I think it's acknowledged pretty much that even talking on a phone can be a distraction, but texting is worse because you also not only take your attention off the road, you take your eyes off the road.
And the statistics show that if you're going at 55 miles an hour, it takes 4.6 seconds average to be off what you're not looking at the road. That's the significance of going a whole football field blind.
And the truth is a lot of times young people think that they're immortal and bad things won't happen, and you as a personal injury attorney, you know that's not the case.
We see it too often in our office. We see people that come in, whether it be property damage, significant injuries, and sometimes death, and that's not what we want to have happen to anybody.
Have you got more of your appearances scheduled here soon?
We do, and we appreciate the ability to be able to do that.
Excellent, very good.
John Safran, we appreciate you being with us. Thank you. Personal injury attorney Jonathan Safran. And we are going to be working on this all season long. You can go to the Today's TMJ4 Facebook page, take the pledge not to text and drive. You could win an iPad mini. We have 6 of them to give away between now and October 13th.
Now to our mugshot of the day.